It's 2000. You can run a 2005 with a Gixxer because it's the same model as the K4. Green flag at the back.
So we're all ready for the race start then. So let's have a look. Green flag at the back, as you say. There's a long line of bikes there that will be making their way in towards Old Hall Corner, but the red lights are on and away we go. Then there's a good start from the F900. Absolutely, James O'Mara on the F900 will take the race lead ahead of Fenton Seabright on the Aprilia RS660. Then it's AJ, bike number 86 in third place on his F900. Jack Muir up next as they race down the avenue towards Dentons and Cascades. But I think for the first time in quite some time there, Keith, Fenton Seabright's got the bike in front of him, and it's in the form of James O'Mara.
Yeah, certainly a clean this microphone. Certainly from a clean. I don't believe this thing. Certainly from a clean start point of view, we did see. Don't believe this. I'm trying to talk here, microphone. It's Fenton Seabright. Right, let's try that. No. Hello.
Hello.
I don't believe this. This is just so. Okay, is that better? No, it says try using this wire. That one, no.
Well, it looks like Fenton Seabright has taken the lead already.
Yeah, see him coming over Hilton there. Absolutely, not a problem at all, Keith. I'm seeing him.
See on speed time.
Yeah, we'll be getting that time through very shortly indeed. But the end of the first sector there is up Clay Hill then. So it's quite a long first sector and a relatively short second sector from Clay Hill round to the start-finish line. But we'll pick him up in just a moment's time. We can hear him in the background there, just going past Keith, his and Nick and Brooke. And you're absolutely right there. Fenton Seabright leading the way on that RS660 Aprilia there. So he took the victory yesterday, and I think it was 144 yesterday for Fenton as well. So we'll have to see what Jack Muir can do on bike number 28. We know James his dad will be watching on from the pit wall, we suspect there. But we'll certainly watch him as he go in towards Lodge. Bit of chatter on the radio, we'll pick that up in just a second there. But looks like AJ is mounting a challenge there as well. Yeah, that's quite a commanding lead already at the end of the first lap there, isn't it? Fenton Seabright. I know James O'Mara, you had a good battle with James last year at Donington, sorry, yeah. But where are the advantages of the F900 compared to the other Supertwins and the Thunderbike sport bikes then?
They're extremely good on the brakes.
Yeah, I think I was talking to AJ yesterday there, Matt. Sorry, I'm going to try and talk while this thing actually wants to make an effort and play the game. But yeah, I was talking to AJ yesterday and he was saying they're so stable on the brakes. And funnily enough, talking about Donington, I was talking to Jeremy Hill a couple of years ago when he was racing some of these guys, and he said he thought he'd have no problems at all with them on his R6, and obviously he was the former Thunderbike Sport champion. And I don't believe this. He was saying.
So I was just saying, I just watched young Joe has just gone past with Adam very, very close behind. What's the split time between them?
Split time there, so it's a 30.7 for Joe and a 30.4 in the second sector at least between White and Jameson. So less than half a second actually between the 77 and the 54 as they came across the line the previous time around. We can just about hear Fenton in the background there.
Yeah, no, we've definitely got Fenton. There goes James O'Mara. I can see AJ, who's that behind Jack Muir there?
Jack Muir is Craig Dance, I'll get him right one day, but it's Craig Dance there on that ZX4R Kawasaki ahead of Wilkinson. I don't see, oh there he is in third position in the Formula 400s there, sorry, dropping 2 positions is Dave Lindemann, Keith. Looks like Luca Wilkinson's just dropped a position or 2, I saw his sector time go out just a little bit before. Likewise, Alicia Layton, who's got a 10-second jump start penalty, unfortunately. So the number 16 of Alicia Layton, who is currently 14th on the circuit, has got a 10-second jump start penalty as Fenton Seabright across the line once more with a 1:45.0. O'Mara up next at 47.4. Muir, Johnson, so Jack Muir ahead now of AJ. There's Craig Dance up next on bike number 19. Michael Bampton goes through ahead of Dave Lindemann. Then it's Luca Wilkinson. There goes Joe White and Adam Jameson. So the gap's opened up then to 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, he had a good sector. Logan Stone, where's he? Because he's gone through very nicely. He's catching them.
Yeah, Logan Stone there, 17th on the circuit, but more importantly, 5th place in class.
Okay, let's see if we can get this thing working. Just keep tweaking wires, nothing seems to make too much difference. Yeah, Lindemann there dropping down a couple of places. He must have a bit of a wobble somewhere around the circuit there. Be interested to see if he can get back on terms with Craig, but obviously Craig is absolutely no slouch, definitely a chip off the old block there. And they disappear off. Fenton Seabright though, he's a real class act, isn't he? He really is nailing this thing, getting some really good practice in because he's competing in the British Championship, which debuts, starts the season, here a little bit later in the month. Is this month or next month it comes in?
I believe it's the beginning of next month.
Yeah, that's right. And so it's when we're at Snetterton, that's what it is. And obviously the F400 boys trying to get ready for their year. And AJ, I wonder if there's something not 100% with AJ, and I don't mean that rudely, but yesterday we saw him really taking the fight to James O'Mara. At the moment he's struggling to say with young Jack Muir there, and Jack's riding very well indeed. We forgot to do that video for him as well. We need to talk about that. We'll do that at lunchtime. There goes Melvin May, one of the evergreen stalwarts of the paddock as well. Big gaggle of bikes all the way down through the field. We've got a huge field here, haven't we, Bradley?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, we've got 2 pages there, 30 on the first page and a handful on the second as well. As Jack Muir, let's have a look at the lap times there. Jack Muir is slightly quicker than James O'Mara on that lap by 0.2 of a second, and AJ at 1 minute 48 flat. Quicker than Craig Dance behind him, he did a 49.6. Bampton, Lindemann, Wilkinson, Joe White ahead now of Sean Wallace, who's ahead of Adam Jamieson. So that is the battle we're looking for there for second in the Thunderbike Sport. So it looks like a 10-second penalty for a yellow flag infringement for bike number 50 as well. So
okay, that's interesting. Do we know where the yellow flag was and who that involved? Who we lost in the race?
Unfortunately, these screens have decided to turn off on me.
Okay, yeah, know that feeling all too well. Technology in Oulton Park, clearly 2 words we don't use in the same sentence, aren't they?
No, but it's Alex Tufnell who's got that penalty, unfortunately, Greg Pym. My apologies, Alicia has not got the jump start penalty. It's Greg Pym on bike number 16 who had that 10-second jump start penalty.
Okay, all good. Tell you what, I just noticed go past me a little moment ago. That was Andy Housen on the Husqvarna. He's certainly all elbows on that machine, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. There's such a good job there, and it's the Husqvarna, isn't it? FS450 that he's on.
Yeah, that's right. So it's a bit of a different machine. For those of you who are new to spectating at Bemsee, Andy has got a slight disadvantage to most riders in that he doesn't have the use of his legs. He is quite literally a paraplegic. So he does an even more remarkable job, given that he only has his upper body to control the bike with, and fair play to him. He puts in some particularly good results when it rains as well. He loves a bit of wet weather, but that ain't going to happen this weekend. You're not taking to have the sunshine away from us anytime soon, mate.
Well, Fenton's across the line, and it's a 1:44.656, which is a very quick lap time there. James O'Mara and Jack Muir, the gap was 0.9, in fact it is 0.9. As Jack Muir goes 0.2 of a second quicker again than James O'Mara. So with 6 laps to go, he's lapping quick enough there to mount a challenge in the closing stages of this race. But AJ Dant, Bampton, Lindemann, Wilkinson will be next across the line in a moment. There he is, side by side with Joe White, and that is an on-track battle as opposed to in class. As Jamieson now gets the better of Sean Wallace once again.
Okay, Craig Dowles, what's his fastest lap? Is it a 48 I see there, mate?
48.917.
48.917. So what are we looking at for the lap record here? A 48.5. So he's a few tenths of a second away, but shows you just how quick the old Kawasaki 400s were compared with the new ones, really. And Andy Gill, obviously a very talented rider, another Milano Trophy winner, of course. And you think the modern ninjas would perhaps be a little bit quicker, but of course they're being strangled by the regulations as far as the engine outputs and stuff like that go, which is a real shame. Seabride's bike sounds so lovely coming off the hill there, and it's being ridden absolutely beautifully. Here come O'Mara when Jack Muir, and I tell you what, they're as close as I think I've seen them the whole race. AJ definitely getting dropped here, but wouldn't be surprised if young Mr. Muir is going to give that F900 a bit of a look up the inside very shortly indeed. There goes Craig Dance again, very clearly away with this one. So Lindemann not going his way at all today after his fantastic performance yesterday. We thought that he might go for a repeat performance today, but that's not happening. Good little battle being headed up by Adam Jamieson there. What's the order in the Thunderbike Sports, mate?
Thunderbike Sport there, Joe White leads it by 2.5 seconds, and Jamieson ahead of Wallace by 0.3 of a second as they came across the line the previous time around. But just wondering if there's anything on the timing screen that you're spotting there, Matt?
Yeah, it looks like Loganstone's dropped down. I don't know what's happened to him. He's now in 8th place, so he's gone from 4th to 8th for some reason. I think what's interesting, I think Sean Wallace and Jamieson are helping Joe with this because they're battling away, and Joe has just got Craig Dance to concentrate on. I think he's direct behind him.
So they're coming across the line now. Joe White ahead now of Luke Wilkinson.
Okay, look
at circuit. There is Adam Jamieson and Sean Wallace. That's 2nd and 3rd in the sports. And Ben Brown 6th for the twins ahead of Greg Marshall and Ollie Sims. That's for 4th and 5th place in the Formula 400s. James Seath, bike number 2 on the Aprilia RS660. He's 7th of the twins, but of course is a former Formula 400 champion, isn't he?
Yes, he is. That's right. Yeah, James definitely got a bit of form on the board, as have a lot of the riders there. Oh, straight on there for the number 50 and a hand in the air as well, looking down. I'm wondering that could be a gear selection issue, the way he looked down. He's going straight off the track. Number 50, is that correct? Pim, number 50?
50 is Alex Tufnell.
Tufnell, sorry. And yeah, Alex has, no, he's not pulled off the track there at the back. He's going up Clay Hill there with his hand in the air, well offline, trying to stay out of everybody's way there as everybody else comes through at full speed. So not 100% sure what the fault is. AJ having a very lonely race now. Muir and Omar are still extremely close. Dance is another one without any friends to play with as well. And who's that Lindeman's playing with there, mate?
Lindemann, he was Michael Bampton.
Michael Bampton, that's another twin versus 400 battle we got going on there then, isn't it?
That's right, yeah.
There's the 79 machine. Again, this big battle in the super sport race there. And again, Jameson's still at the very sharp end there, looking to get another successful season. And unfortunately, he had a bit of an incident at Brands Hatch at Clearways where he crashed the bike after he hit a chain. Somebody's bike threw a chain in front of him, and before the marshals could react and warn people that there was an issue there, his front wheel decided to collect the chain and down went Adam at Clearways. So you never know what you're going to meet on the racetrack, really, do you, Bradley?
No, definitely not. Unfortunately, the rest of the riders inside that top 6 come through now. There goes Joe White, leader of the Thunderbike Sport there. Then it's Luca Wilkinson, who is 3rd in the Formula 400s. Adam Jameson still fending off Sean Wallace for 2nd in the Thunderbike Sport. Further down the order, let's have a look. Adrian Howard, a former Thunderbike Sport rookie champion there in 4th, ahead of the 69 Smith of Terry Smith, ahead of Lee Smith. Logan Stone in 7th, ahead of Mango, Andy Kite and Colin McPherson. That's the top 10 in the Thunderbike Sports at least. But Lindemann made his way through on Bampton on that lap, but they were separated by less than a 1/10 of a second across the line, Keith.
It's all good. 10 laps around here is a long way, so rider fitness could come into play as well, of course. Even 1 lap around this place can be a little bit of an arm acher, but when you're doing 10 laps, particularly this afternoon, I think a few people might be feeling it just a little bit.
Walking the park, Keith, walking the park.
Walking the park, oh yeah. Absolutely, yeah. How many 10 lap races did you? Oh, no, you did the endurance around, sorry, the relay racing around here, didn't you?
Yeah, 74 laps I did around here.
That's okay. Yeah, fair play. You got the shoulders to prove that one, I should think, as well. Wow, good effort. Muir and Nomara, that's the real battle on the track here. I think it's those two definitely. Jack is definitely trying to make up a place and not add to his already extensive collection of used airbag canisters that he seems to be. I think I've got him on a frequent mileage flyer at the shop for the airbag canisters, young Jack Muir. He certainly knows how to upend a machine, but very kindly came and bought some new leathers from us at the sports bike shop in Harlow the other day as well. And I imagine that battle's back with you guys already, is it?
Yeah, they've been and gone there. They're on the way down the avenue towards Cascades already, but the gap was 0.143 of a second between O'Mara and Muir in that order, Keith. They're doing 47s. The fastest lap for O'Mara in this race is a 47 flat. He did a 47.1 on that previous lap. Muir's fastest is a 46.7, and on that previous lap he went 0.2 of a second quicker with a 47.007.
All good stuff, all close stuff, and those lap records are certainly going to be shaking the tree a bit. Has Mr. Dales managed to find those few 10ths of a second at all?
It's a 48.509. It's the fastest there still for. So it's 48 thousandths of a second.
So close. 48.5. No, that's very frustrating. I know Darryl would like to see his son claim a lap record to. Add to Darrell's already impressive results this year. Oh, I see some technical people with bits of wire in their hand, Bradley. Hopefully, we're going to see an end to the problems, as they seem to have almost solved themselves at the moment anyway. But I've changed the microphone once, so it looks like we're going to go for another microphone change. So great to see the Oulton Park service team be able to assist us here. Somebody else goes straight on through the track here with a hand very slowly in the air. That's the number 19 machine actually, so that's Dance, isn't it? So Craig is unfortunately pulled off, and I think he's going very slowly indeed there, Bradley. He's going up the hill. Is he, I don't know, is he back on speed? That's a bit of an unusual mistake for him. So man with bits of microphone wire here have shown up, which is fantastic news. So hopefully we're going to have a solution to the cutting out problem. These poor guys have been working overtime this weekend. They really have. They had all the sound issues there yesterday up with the main box, and now we're down in the substitute box. We're seeing what we can do about getting some sort of life here in a moment. I'll let them crack on while you tell us what's happening at your end, Bradley.
Well, Lindemann and Bampton, we're having a good battle, a few laps to go there, but it looks like Lindemann's just stretched his advantage over Michael Bampton, but of course that is a 400 and a twin, as there is Joe White coming across the line now.
He's going well. So, I mean, the lead he's now got on James. Oh, and we got Sean Wallace just taking Jameson to turn 1. Excellent move.
Absolutely, so Sean Wallace retaking that second place. You mentioned earlier that White was doing a 50.7 yesterday. He's just done a personal best of a 50.1.
I know, and he does. That's his second fastest lap consistently. Lap 7 was 150.3, I think it was, and now we're down to 150.1. So he's putting faster lap after faster lap. I think who's got in front of him? He's got Dance, and I think he's using him a bit like I used Jack O'Mara. On my race at Donington, you've got someone to focus on, so he's certainly, making good progress. If he gets into 149s, that'd be amazing.
Absolutely, yeah, so it's a quick pace that he's putting up there, isn't it? And he's 5.9 seconds up the road now from Adam Jameson there as Fenton Seabright makes his way out of Dearsley and onto the front straight to take the last lap flag. So just around about, I think it's 2.6 miles around here, 2.69 miles. To go for Fenton Seabright. He's done a 44.495 as his fastest lap of the race on lap number 5. Last time around a 45.4, so he's comfortable there with quite a significant lead over James O'Mara. Keith, are you there?
No.
Okay.
No, to be fair, they've literally just plugged me back in, and hopefully this is going to solve the problems. We've got a direct wire instead of going through the 500-year-old junction box that the microphone normally goes to. We've gone for a wire straight to the back of the amplifier, and fingers crossed, so far so good. So I'll just keep talking for a minute, and it's definitely a much clearer, crisper signal that's coming through my lug holes, that's for sure. I don't know if it sounds any different to where you are, Bradley.
It sounds okay. It sounds
sorry mate, got a yellow flag down here as unfortunately one of the bikes has gone down. He's gone for the earth sky for the moment. He's the rider is on the ground trying to get his breath back. I think it might be an airbag thing that's gone off, and he's just gone a bit turtleish down there. Green bike, I can't quite see which green bike it is, and again I've failed miserably to bring my
red flag
things, and we've got a red flag going on again as well. So I'm wondering if that's a collarbone or something. I'm not going to speculate as to people's injuries because that's not really very fair, but unfortunately somebody's going to go on the AWOL list there for you, mate, and probably too soon. They won't have tripped the timing beam actually, because I think the timing beam is up under the bridge, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah,
best we can work out.
Yeah, from what we can see here.